Loft 100 Studios, the Big Biz Show, and our affiliates and our hosts are not registered investment advisors or broker-dealers.
Our show hosts make no commitment that the purchase of securities of companies profiled or otherwise mentioned in our programming
are suitable or advisable for any person, or that an investment in such securities will be profitable in general.
Given the nature of the company's profile and the lack of an active trading market for the securities, investing is highly speculative and carries a certain high degree of risk.
We profile selected publicly traded and privately held companies on our program.
Most of these companies that we profile have provided compensation to Loft 100 Studios and its hosts for the profile coverage.
From time to time, we sell shares of the companies profiled in the open market that we receive as compensation for coverage of client companies.
But never sell stocks if we are speaking about interviewing or covering a public company who has paid compensation.
Specific questions on compensation can be obtained by contacting producer at sullyandgroup.com.
Listeners should verify all claims and do their own due diligence before investing in any securities mentioned on this program.
Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk.
We encourage our investors to invest carefully and read the investor information available at the websites on the
Securities and Exchange Commission at sec.gov and or the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, at www.finra.org.
I like it.
Hey, is that a rescue plane?
Big Biz Show rolls on. We are inside the Loft 100 Studios here in, I think it's sunny Southern California. Yeah, had rain like all last week, but that's a record. It is. Sun is peeking through. Peeking through as well is the Day Trader Trio right up there on that stage, playing musical instruments and playing music as we speak. Never had one lesson. Never one lesson. Self-taught. No lessons. Back here at the bar is Costa, it is Maribyrd Godwin, and of course, it's Sully. 85 million TV homes strong on American Life Network, of course, BizTV, and let's not forget American Forces Network in 175 countries and all the ships at sea. God bless our military men and women who serve us underway and overseas. Cary Claiborne is the CEO of Adial Pharmaceuticals. ADIL is their ticker symbol. He deals with AUD, which is the new word for alcoholism. It's alcohol use disorder. Mike has a Funyun use disorder. It's called FUD, as well as a Red Bull. And do we still have your mile of meat down here? We do. What was that?
It's in the show.
Is it? What is it?
In my cubby hole.
What is it?
Yeah, it's 6 feet.
Cubby?
What is it? Hang on.
6 feet of meat.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Slim Jim. 6 feet. Here you go, Mike.
Thank you very much.
It's called SUD, Slim Jim use disorder. I'm not trying to make fun of this, but
please go ahead.
Well, but the softening of the language does not soften up the fact that this is a huge problem in terms of how it impacts families. Parents with AUD and families are huge here. Cary Claiborne and his company, Adial Pharmaceuticals, ADIL, has come up with a treatment that treat addiction and serious mental health issues. He joins us here on the Big Biz Show. Cary, great to have you, man. And I have to ask you, because we've got a couple of topics to go through with you over the next couple of weeks. This entire sort of thought about parents with AUD and the impact on the families. Look, as if we didn't know this, you guys are at the tip of the spear, in the right place at the right time for your therapy. What's going to happen after this interview, as it happens after every time we interview you, is I'm going to get emails asking when can we have this, and is there compassionate use in the play? Talk about that a little bit for us.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, and I wish there was a better way to get this treatment to people faster. But unfortunately, you have to go through the approval process with FDA, and that takes a while because they want to make sure that these drugs are very effective and safe before they happen. And compassionate use typically isn't available for something like this, although maybe it should be. Those are typically for someone in a terminal situation where they may die or something like that.
When you
have to go through it.
Well, when you sent over your talking points this week, after talking to you earlier in the week with your team, I found it interesting that you chose to talk about parents as kind of a leading sort of topic versus operational costs, lost productivity, and stuff in business. I think this is more important for right now, don't you?
I agree. I think that's not talked about enough. You know, whenever you talk about alcohol use disorder, you talk a lot about the patients and what happens with them and what they go through. But, you know, what doesn't get talked enough about is what happens to the families, the spouses and the children of someone struggling with that disorder.
Is it true to say that AUD is the leading preventable cause of death in terms of prevention? I
sure believe that's the case.
Because if you think about that, you are one of very few precision treatments. And talk about what your treatment does.
Yeah, so our treatment is designed to help someone bring their drinking down from heavy levels to moderate levels, to get their drinking under control. Because, you know, our research has shown that it's not the occasional drinking that hurts people long term. It's that heavy binge drinking that creates all these problems, you know, some of which we'll talk about the impact on families. And there aren't any treatments that were labeled for that. They were all labeled for a total stoppage in drinking. You have to be totally abstinent and not drink at all. And that really isn't very desirable for most people. Now, some people achieve it, and great for them. They can go. I've met people that say, I've been sober for 10 years and 20 years and so forth, but those are very few cases. Most people can't sustain that over a long period of time, but if there was a drug that could help them go down to just occasionally drinking and getting their life back under control, we think that's a new way of taking on this disease.
Cary Claiborne is the CEO of Adial Pharmaceuticals. Their ticker symbol is ADIL.
Hey, Cary, I actually am one of those people that just had 10 years of sobriety on the first of the year. But I do know...
Not in a row.
Yes, in a row. In a row.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. But I can concur.
I'm glad I didn't know you then, but sometimes I want to peek into the old life.
You would be glad. You would be glad, trust me. But I can concur with what you're saying, is that a lot of people don't love the I can't just have one thing. You know, they don't like the programs of recovery that are out there. So your treatment is a perfect solution, I think, to this. And do you work with treatment centers and step in step with programs of,
programs like AA?
Yeah, like a recovery program. Because there's a lot out there, not just AA, there's a lot of them. But you could work in tandem with them potentially, right?
That's certainly a possibility. And in our studies, we always include some kind of behavioral counseling and therapy to go along with the medication, because the medication can help you get there, but you really also need to get to what's the underlying cause. Why did someone start drinking as much as they did to create this problem? So you want to get to the root cause of it. So it certainly can work with other programs that are designed to maintain that recovery.
Hey, Cary, real quickly, I know there's a criteria-specific set of patients that can use this. Can you review it that one more time for us?
Yeah, so it is a precision treatment. It's not for everyone. Our data has shown that people that have a certain genetic biomarker seem to respond very well to this drug. So it's about 14% of the population that we're targeting. And, when you talk about numbers as high as 30 million just in the US, people that may be suffering from AUD, 14% of that is a big number. And if we can help any of those people, we think it's a home run for us.
Hey, next time you're on, Cary, I'm going to talk about the cost to business and insurance and so on and so forth. I think that's kind of the next step here.
Cary, appreciate it as always. Cary Claiborne, the CEO of Adial Pharmaceuticals. Of course, their ticker symbol is ADIL. 10 years in a row, Mary Burke Godwin.
Wow, good for you.
God love you. Beautiful stuff.